What's going on, co-rollers? Today we're going to be working on Battle Axe. We got our friend Joey coming to give us a hand. Obviously I'm having some issues, but he's helping me out big time. And what can I say? Let's get started.
I started out with a dream, turned it into a thing, turned it into a goal. Po' boys diesel, look where we are. Yeah, we ready to fight, we ready to roll. Fighting the cancer, fight for the goals. Colder we roll, for Mama Po. Shout out to Missy, shout out baby Po. Can't do it alone, it's all part of the craft. If you viewing at home, then you part of the family. Yeah, it's Po' boys diesel, BWB, the dragon drive tool, black smoke and DIY.
Let's get started and let the pole roll.
Alrighty guys, so as you can see over here, our friend Joey got the new valve cover put on the driver's side as well as on the passenger side. I already went ahead and had it on the fill tube back on it, and now we're going to proceed to the next step to see what kind of mess we could get into. So for whatever it's worth, stay tuned. Here we go. But y'all say hi to Joey. Say hello.
Morning.
Good morning. There we go. Now guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but wow, does that turbo look beautiful or what? Big shout out to Force Inductions. Alright, let's keep going. Alright boys and girls, so we were able to, as you guys know, did the valve covers already. We went also and started nut and bolt checking a little bit here. I had to make sure to torque the front screw for the front bolt to the H-pop. That one is now torqued to spec. We got the little cover back on, and now we got Joey down yonder, right there, laying down like a model. He's checking to finish up the installation for the transmission cooler, so that way we can hook up the lines properly, and we'll move from there. So let's keep going. Alright guys, so we got Joey over there working on the oil cooler for the trans, and as you guys will be able to see here, we went ahead and got us another starter with a lifetime warranty. That way we don't have any issues on the road. And yes, we still have the old one, of course, and yes, we'll be changing the solenoid on it. Unfortunately, they didn't have it available at our local store, or one of them, so I'll probably go tomorrow, drive around, well, maybe Monday. I'll do Monday, walk around, see what's up, see if I can find one so I could put it on this. That way we have a spare for either trucks. If anything was to happen here at home, at least I could just swap it in, get on the road, and then whenever I get back, I could put whatever it is that, you know, is actually supposed to be there. So we'll keep that one always as a spare. Good thing about that is not only will it help with battle axe when we're out and about, but it'll also help out with the Pegasus, because Pegasus, as you guys know, is going to be one of those drag and drive trucks. It's a lot of driving, a lot of things could happen, especially with a vehicle that's souped up that much. So it's always good to have those spare parts available. That's why I did it. I know it's a little extra money, but you got to pay to play sometimes. So Joey got the lines already hooked up to the trans cooler down there. Everything is converted now, so the 6.0 is hooked up to our tranny. And I don't know what else are we going to get into, but let's see. Maybe we could finish up maybe the wires for the batteries, and we also got to do the sump for the fast fuel system, but we'll see if we're going to get to that today or if we're going to do it at a different time. We shall see, but stay tuned because we got more to go. Had to change camera there for a while. The other one is being a little bit naughty. I don't think it's getting anything for Christmas. But anyway, I wanted to let you know that we have done a lot of progress today. It's been quite interesting. Joey has been a killer help. I mean, he's helped me so much, and I am so grateful. Thank you, Lord Jesus, as always. And yeah, but we were able to get the transmission cooler lines done onto our 6.0 tranny cooler down there. Everything is now buckled into place on the mounts that it should be. And as well as we installed, pardon this here, sorry, brand new, as you can see there, aluminum radiator. So now we got the aluminum radiator, the aluminum intercooler, the aluminum 6.0 tranny cooler, and the aluminum AC condenser. Now, other than that part there, we also went ahead and installed our reservoir here for our coolant onto the engine here. And I went ahead, let me jump up here real quick. I went ahead and installed a gauge down there, fuel gauge, right off of the CNC fab block. It's a Fergola gauge. That way, whenever we're working in the engine bay, I could always monitor fuel pressures. Here in the engine bay itself, we do have something else coming for the inside where we can monitor it as well. We also went ahead and I installed the Swag Performance spider set here, and now I'm kind of working around with the intercooler pipes, trying to see just how they lay, making sure that they're in the right position and stuff, and putting the boots more or less where they go. Obviously it'll have to come back out because I still have to do a little bit more work. I have to definitely I'm waiting for a brand new back pressure sensor, exhaust back pressure sensor up here, and then I could plug in the water hose that goes from the water pump to our heater core inside. And I know here in Florida, cold doesn't get that bad. It is currently somewhere around 50 degrees currently at the moment. I am used to the cold, but as I get older and more stuff happening, I'm starting to feel it. Never thought about that, but it happens, guys. So yeah, we did that, and I'm really pleased. I frankly am. You know, it's starting to take shape again. It's starting to look like the Super Duty once again, with a few little upgrades, obviously, to make it a little bit more fun and more reliable, and you know, just taking care of business. You know, you got to take care of stuff, that way it lasts you longer and you can enjoy it more. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am feeling a little bit tired, and I haven't had lunch, I haven't had my dinner, but I think Mrs. Poe is cooking, and I sure don't want to miss that one. Yes, sir. But yeah, everything is looking pretty good, as you guys are able to see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it's going to be probably a shorter video due to the fact that I've done a lot of time lapse, and I've personally been a little bit absent from the scene. I mean, I've been here, but I've been doing very, very little. Most of it was Joey. I can't thank him enough. Just for you guys who may ask, yes, he is being paid. I would never put anybody to work without pay. He is being paid, even though he's like my brother, and you know, that's just something to me is like a no-brainer. Everybody who does work deserves compensation. But yeah, that's basically it for now. I'm gonna see if I decide to stay a little bit longer or not while Mrs. Poe is cooking, and once that dinner bell rings, I'm gonna call it quits at that moment for the day. But yeah, things are looking up. I'm really excited. It's starting to take shape, like I was mentioning before. We still got a couple buttons to, you know, a couple things to button up. Sorry about that. But we will be getting back to it pretty soon here. For our next video, I believe we should be able to finish quite the majority of what's left. And I don't want to say that we're going to do a startup, to be frank. I don't want to say that. There are a few more things that I want to get done before we start her up. But we'll see. We'll see how it feels, how everything is going, and I'll play with that factor as soon as we reach that point. But yeah, I'm gonna look around a little bit more. To be honest, like I said, I'm just fitting the boots and stuff to make sure that I'm routing the intercooler pipes. As I had mentioned on the previous video, these intercooler pipes are actually the ones that came with the Rudy's diesel intercooler. Now, the only reason why I say I don't like them much is the fact that it has an extra boot right in the center, and I understand that that makes quite a big difference actually when it comes to the rubbing that is notoriously known for these 7.3 Super Duties. Those pipes tend to rub and rub until they basically get a hole on them. So these do fit a little better that way. However, I would have much more preferred for this to be a one piece instead of having a boot here with a 45, you know. So that's one of the things that I didn't really care for. Not that it won't work. It's not like we're going to be putting 90 pounds through this intercooler, you know, or the pipes themselves. But you know, it's one of those things that I'm a little picky when it comes to this stuff. The less boots, in my mind, the less boots, the better. Granted, it does make it a little bit easier. As you can see, it will take another boot right there, where these two here will line up. And the fitment is pretty good, as you can see. You know, they line up really, really nice and close. That's great. They do have the bead on them, so they hold on. You know, you put the clamp always behind it. That way, that bead helps in retaining everything together. But yeah, everything's looking up. There is still a whole lot to go. I still haven't even put the wiring harness. Yeah, the engine wiring harness. I went ahead and got a brand new engine wire harness. As you guys know, yeah, the truck was running. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. And you know, if you don't really have to, that's fine. Yeah. But in my opinion, my personal opinion is that, you know, these trucks, I mean, they're old. They're old. I mean, what can I say? I mean, 2002, we're looking at 22 years old. Yeah, 22 years old. That's pretty old for a vehicle, especially these trucks that are used for work and hauling and all that stuff. And there's a lot of heat, and that heat takes those wire harnesses and makes spaghetti noodles out of it. You know, it really tears them up. It frays them. It burns through them, and you know, plus whatever troubleshooting they may have done in the past. Little probes, little cuts, little add-ons, splicing and dicing and all that stuff. I think they should keep that in the kitchen, not in the wire harness of a vehicle. But we did get a brand new harness, which we will be installing on there too. That is definitely going to help out with the reliability, obviously, of the truck, and making sure that all the components are working as they should. Granted, I am eliminating the EBPV. We did a EBPV delete pedestal, as well as the I don't know what to call it, the flapper in the back of the exhaust side. So that's eliminated there too. We're in Florida, so we don't really need that much. I mean, today is a pretty brisk day at 50 degrees right now at night. However, it does go down sometimes to the 20s and stuff like that, but it's very seldom. And I ain't scared. I really ain't scared of that. Not worried one bit. And the main reason for that, the main reason is the fact that, same thing with the heater grid. You know, the little heater probe that goes in your spider in this area here. That thing's going to be eliminated as well. I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't. Okay, guys? Everything I mention, please take it with a grain of salt. I'm mentioning it based on my own preference and what I believe to be the best option for myself. Now, if you guys need any help in deciding or whatever, hey, I'm available to talk to you. I'm willing to help you out, and you know, we could choose and stuff like that. But let me just be clear. This heater that goes here, the heating element, which looks like a big old spring with a screw with threads on the top part. Those things don't kick on until the weather is like extremely cold, and I mean beyond what we will ever see here in Florida, to my knowledge. Obviously, anything can happen, but so far in the state of Florida, that hasn't happened. So I don't think there'll be any need for that, and this will also eliminate the small restriction in the center of the Y pipe. Okay, or you guys call it the spider. We did get a swag performance one, so this one is actually divided, much like other brands that are commonly known and very well known. But yeah, I'm definitely eliminating that. We're not having the ABPV. I do have a block heater, if anything. We got brand new glow plugs, and like I said, you know, if it's that cold, this guy behind the camera is probably not even gonna go out, okay? Because my breathing gets a whole lot more difficult when it's cold. So I'm not really worried about it, and you know, I have to look also at the performance aspects of it. And yeah, other than that, I'm gonna have a lot of help when it comes to the fuel. Obviously, we're gonna be using the fast fuel systems, but we're also gonna be using, well, we will be traveling up north to colder areas, but we will be using like the EDT from Hot Shot Secret, the winter version. That way, when we come up with Florida fuel, which doesn't have the, you know, the additive packages that are included in your fuel pumps over there in the northern states, then, you know, I don't have to worry about it, because we'll be adding it here. Plus, what better additive to add than the actual Hot Shot Secrets, which is phenomenal in everything it does. And I haven't really mentioned to you guys, but this entire truck, the entire truck will be powered by Hot Shot Secret. And what I mean by that is our engine oil is going to be Hot Shot Secret's Fleet Green Diamond. We're also going to be using Hot Shot Secret coolant antifreeze, which we went with the 750,000 mile red, and the differential oil, or grease oil, it's really oil, differential oil, we got it also from Hot Shots. And you know, something that I may have not mentioned, but if I did, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The transmission is working fine on this truck, okay? It is working, it shifts right and everything. However, this guy right here is a little bit picky, and like I said, we're going to be driving a lot, we're going to be taking long trips, we got to make sure that the truck is 100% tip top. I don't care who you buy your vehicle from, in my opinion. I don't care where I buy the vehicle. You know, it could be a dealer, it could be Joe Schmo around the corner, whatever. I'm going to revise it, especially if I'm going to be driving it much like that. I'm going to revise it. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that that vehicle, whether it's a truck, a car, whatever it is going to be roadworthy, it's going to be basically as trouble-free as it could be. Okay, now I said could be. I'm not saying it's going to be 100%. Nothing is, okay? Nothing is 100%, but I want to make sure that I did my part in ensuring as much as I can by replacing the certain items that I know are cumbersome and tend to give you problems, as you know, all 7.3s in certain aspects. And I wanted to make sure that I updated those or upgraded them, clean it out, change it out, put some new ones, whatever it is, to make sure that this truck is 100% good for me, and I can get some good miles out of it, enjoy it, and well, with all the little upgrades as well, have a little fun. Nothing wrong with a little fun. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. I am feeling, like I said, pretty good, but I am tired and I am hungry. And I see Mrs. Poe over there. Ooh, she is kneading away at some sort of pastry or something. I don't know exactly what she's making, but she's showing me. Let me see if I could take a sneak peek through the camera. What you got there, mama? Ooh, homemade biscuits. Gotta love those. She's making some biscuits, guys, which it's a double thing. And what I mean by double thing is we'll have some now with the dinner, but I know what we're having for breakfast. How many of you like them sausage biscuits and gravy? I know I do. And the way she makes them, woo-wee! I'm telling you, she is good at it. But anyway, like I was saying, not to take Mrs. Poe off of the spotlight, but yeah, that's the reason why I do all these little upgrades and making sure that all the things are, you know, in line and working correctly. When it comes to the aesthetics of the truck, okay? When it comes to the way the truck looks, you know, the condition and all that, I am going to be doing some changes, but please guys, don't expect them to happen overnight. It's not something that I'm really worried about. My main concern is the drivetrain, the powerhouse, the engine, you know, and making sure that there's no leaks, making sure that there's no, you know, slipping the trans, everything is being maintained nice and cool. And you know, we do have the upgrades on the injectors, the bigger turbo, obviously the divided spider, the new intercooler, transcooler, the AC is going to be working great again, and you know, this, even the wire harness, like I said. Plus we got some tunes that will be going into our Hydra ship, which we installed. My fuel system, I have nothing to worry about. We have a CNC Fab 4-line kit. We have the fast fuel system. We have the 19-degree H-pop from Eco Diesel, which is a great H-pop, if I may say so myself. I love them. You guys, I really recommend them. If you guys are looking for an upgraded H-pop, that is a great one. And it's a good deal. You know, they do great products. He doesn't sell a lot of things, but those pumps, big time, okay? Those pumps, they also do cryogenic treatments on like the rocker arms. So if you have your factory rocker arms, they do coating and cryo treatment, which makes it a whole lot stronger. Now I did an unboxing video. If you guys look back in the videos, maybe I'll do that little thing that everybody does in somewhere, wherever it's going to show up. Anyway, I'll try, but if not, I'll leave a link in the description or put as a suggestion. But we did an unboxing of those. It's basically the rocker arms. They're coated and then they're cryogenic treated. Okay. Now that's a service that they offer. You know, you got to send them yours or a set of new ones. So he could get them for you also, OEM. That is going to avoid a lot of the deflection, and it makes it also a lot stronger. The tidier, not tidier, but the less deflection you have on your valve train, the better. Okay, remember that. So you don't want things that are vibrating too much or flexing and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, these rockers, they work. They really work. I mean, they're like a stamped steel type looking rocker, but they really work. So just giving them a little bit of extra love to making sure that, you know, they prolong their existence and their durability. It's a good piece of insurance to have, especially if you're doing upgrades. Okay, now you guys know, like I said again, and I hate to mention it so many times, but there's new people that come in every day to the videos. Okay, so just you know we do have a set of full force diesel 180/30 injectors, and obviously over here, that beautiful piece of jewelry back here. And I know you see that red plug, but that's me being careful so nothing gets in there while we're still working. That turbo there is from Forced Inductions, and it's the 6370. Now with that turbo there and the 180/30 injectors, I can basically tell you that with proper tuning you could be in the 400s. Okay, you may think, oh, but that's not that much. It may not be much, especially if you're doing like racing and pulling or stuff like that. But for a daily commuter and you know, parts getter, whatever you want to call it, 400 horsepower is quite a bit. If you really think about it, you've been enjoying your truck as a factory truck with 210, 275 horse, to the flywheel, okay guys? Because you got to remember that sticker on the valve covers, that's to the flywheel, not to your tires, okay? Not to the ground. So when you take that number and you basically double it and send it all straight to the ground, and you're able to dyno 400 horsepower, you can feel that in the seat of your pants, okay? You could really feel it. And we did it to my friend's OBS, as I was mentioning on the previous video. We did put a 6370 from Force Inductions, as well as a set of 180/30s, and we did a tune on it. The tune on that one is on a TS6 chip, 6 position, and the tunes were made by Gearhead. However, on this truck we'll be using the Hydra. It's far more superior when it comes at least to the reliability and the ease of use when you got to do changes or revisions to your tunes or add-on tunes, whatever it is. It has a bigger capacity also. Instead of just your 6 tunes, you can put 15, 16, something like that, which is quite plenty. And this time we actually gonna go with Jelly, okay, with Jelly Built Performance. Brian Gelich is a great tuner also, but I wanted to put him into this build here. And yes, he is the one that's going to be doing the tuning more than likely for the Pegasus as well as the Pro Mod. So this is something that I want to create a stronger bond and relationship. Now, he did all the tunes for my best friend, as you guys know, Brian Gray. He was the one that used to do the tunes for him, and why wouldn't I put it in the same hands that my best friend trusted for all those years? Absolutely. If my friend trusted him, I trust him. So I'm going to be talking to him a little bit more often, God willing. He does have some new stuff happening over at his shop by now, some of you may know, and we plan on possibly, if it's okay with him, obviously I'm not one to show up at anybody's places without asking or letting them know, hey, I'm going to be in the area, can I pass by to say hi, introduce myself, stuff like that. That would be cool if I could stop by, say hello, see what they got going on, and talk a little bit about the projects to come. However, he is a very busy man, okay? This guy's doing tuning, he's got a family, he's got a business to run, so I can't take up all his time either. So, but yeah, I think he's the one that's going to be doing the tunes on at least Ugly Betty and the what do you call it? The Pro Mod, which is Ugly Betty, and then Pegasus. And obviously he sent them already. I already got them for the Battle Axe here. You got the tunes, they're in the computer. Kid you not, I paid for it, and maybe a few hours later I got an email from him and the tunes were there. Now I haven't mentioned it because we're not at that point yet, but we do have them already in hand basically. And I'm going to be going through the process of how to download the tunes from your email basically onto your Hydra ship. That's going to be part of the video that I'll be doing at that point. But right now, like I said, I think we're doing quite a bit of progress up here. Today is quite exciting, like I said, to see all this stuff on here kind of makes me happy. And every once in a while it's good to feel that way, don't you think? A little bit of happiness is cool. And I have to thank once again my brother Joey. Thank you, guy. I couldn't have done it without him. Okay, guys, I have been mentioning it, and I know it may sound like I'm whining, and I understand, nobody might even care, but I know that some of you do. Some of you are very close to me. We speak often, we text, we message, but I'm having a lot of issues with my back, okay? Yes, I heard it about two or three videos ago. I heard it while I was doing work underneath the truck, but the problem has been there for nearly 4 years, 5 years now. and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I always have kind of hinted to you guys, I'll work one day, I'll hit it for 10, 12 hours if I can, but then I'm out, and literally out for 3 days. Like, I'm in bed, I can't move, I can't even get up. And poor Mrs. Poe's got to, you know, bring me the food to the room, and there I am, all lacy. You know, I don't like that. I really don't like that. But let's see what happens. We do have some appointments with doctors to see what's going on. They did mention that I may need to be fused, my back. But, oh man, that really does not, it just doesn't want to go in here. It really doesn't, okay? It's not one thing that I'm really looking forward to. Nobody is, probably, you know. But I got to do what I got to do to make sure that I'm still active and being able to at least have some quality of life. It's rough, guys. It's rough, okay? And, you know, I just try to do the best I can. I have fun with it. That's very important, because when you have a slew of stuff that is just pestering you, basically, you try to find, you know, as soon as you can, a solution. And trust me, I've been looking for almost 5 years now with no real results. I've gotten injections put on my spine. They've done CT scans, MRIs. Now, here's a little story for you guys, so if you guys might want to laugh about this one. This guy right here has become claustrophobic. Now, I never had that problem growing up or working anywhere, you know, or whatever it is. But in 2002, I suffered a stroke. Okay, I suffered a stroke where it paralyzed half of my body. That was a very rough time in my life. I didn't know what to do. Okay, I thought I was done with. I was just a useless person that couldn't do anything at all. That's what I felt about myself at that moment. And, you know, I kind of let it go by. And after a year and a half or so of therapies and being in bed and trying to, you know, I kind of applied some, you know, therapy techniques that I had used on my own father. My own father, back in the day, he had suffered a stroke too, and you know, my mother and I, we were the caregivers for him, obviously, and I had to give him his physical therapies at home, and we got him back, you know, into a condition where he was able to walk and do stuff like that, which was great. And I applied those techniques to myself. I'm very disciplined when it comes to stuff like that. I'm a very disciplined guy, so I went on with that, and I got back on my feet, and I started to work again, and I was producing, and granted, I was not 100% there yet. Okay, I was limping. I was still, my mouth was drooped a little bit. This eye would shut down a little bit. It was weird. It was a weird sensation overall. But after that, after I had that stroke, I literally had the stroke. They took me to the hospital. I woke up inside of an MRI machine. Okay, now we're talking about the old tube one. Okay, not the newer pretty ones that you can see through the other side and it's not that big. No, it was one of the old ones, and I woke up in there. I thought they buried me alive. Now that's the real truth, and you guys are going to get a laugh out of it. That's fine. I laugh about it myself all the time. But ever since that moment, there's not an MRI, there's not a CT scan. A CT scan, yeah, that simple, okay? There's not a CT scan or an MRI that I can do unless I'm under full anesthesia, okay? So, I have the neurologist, the oncologist, the pulmonologist, my primary, the ortho for the back, the orthopedic doctors, and the doctor, because I got to get a surgery, I had mentioned before, for my nose. I still haven't gotten it because I need to do these MRIs and CT scans prior to the doctors giving me the okay, you know, the clear. And it's been quite a storm, to be frank with you guys. It's been quite a storm because in order for me to get all of those, that would mean that I need to go under anesthesia 5-6 times in a very short span of time. That's not safe, guys, okay? So here I am calling every day, trying to coordinate with all the doctors so I could get all the papers that I need, so I could call a specific place that they all accept, so that I could get all the scans, all the CTs, all the MRIs, all the PET scans, all that stuff, one single shot, okay? In one single shot. So they put me under and they could do it all. That's what I want, because I don't want to be under anesthesia so often, okay? I already have enough problems, and as you guys know, with anesthesia, there is a very high possibility that you don't wake up. So be careful, guys and girls. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm having such a difficult time, is because I have to coordinate with 5 different medical facilities or doctors, and at the same time with a imaging center that, you know, works with them, or they're able to, you know, whatever it is. If it was up to me, I'd just carry the stuff and take it straight to them, but that doesn't happen anymore like back in the day. But yeah, it's been going on for a while. The pain is there. It's horrible, but I'm that guy. I'm that guy that it is what it is, and you just keep moving forward. Pain, no pain. You try to do the best you can with what you got, and whenever it is that I can't, like, to be honest, the last 3-4 weeks, it's been very, very, very bad for my back, and my kidneys also are kind of iffy, which I gotta go to a nephrologist also. Go figure, right, guys? Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys with my health problems, but I have to thank my brother Joey for helping me out, and that's why he's been here lately helping me out. You guys know that I've done the channel basically all by myself the entire time, but I just really had to get some help in order to continue producing videos, or else I would leave you guys hanging, and I don't want to do that. I still, you know, I'm still not happy with myself with the fact that I was out for so long while I was getting my cancer treatments and stuff. So I don't want to do that to you guys. I want to try to be here for you. I want to be able to create, you know, whatever it is that we're doing, and like I said, you know, we got these 3 builds, and you know, go from mild all the way to wild, you know, with the spicy one in the middle. But it's a big challenge, okay? When we start stepping into those, it's going to take a lot of time too, okay? These builds don't happen overnight, guys, okay? Now, keep in mind, once again, one-man band doing all this, poor tools, no real, no lifts, no heavy equipment, you know, nothing. So I'm doing it basically the way that most of you folks would do, either in your own garage or in your driveway or your backyard, whatever it is. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. I know that I could do this in no time, okay? I could put this bad boy over in the shop and lift her up and do everything I gotta do, and I'll be done in 2 days, 2.5, 3 days max. 3 days with what I've done here, okay? I would do that in no time. But when it comes to filming a video, it's very different. For those of you that may not know, you know, you gotta think the fact that you can see behind me, I have cameras, I have lighting, I got wires running all over the place, I got cameras there, I got my phone over there trying to keep me entertained with a little music when the video's not recording, so I don't get a copyright strike. But yeah, it's quite an elaborate thing. I'm not saying that I have you know, a production where I have videographers, all that stuff, and it looks beautiful. They really do a great job. But I look forward to one day getting there because, like I said, it is a lot to do. I have to pull all this stuff out every time I'm coming to work over here. I have to put it back in. There's days that it's cold, there's days that it's hot, there's days that it's raining. That's why we ended up getting the little canopy, you know, to make sure that we could have a little cover from the sun. Because as you guys know, the very first day that we got this truck and I started working on it, I ended up in the hospital from overheat, or whatever, what's it called, a heat stroke and dehydration. So that's why I'm always joking with you guys, hey, I'm being hydrated, which joking, not joking, because I really do drink a lot of water, trying to keep myself hydrated. But it's a process. It's one of those things that you have to love the art, or I call it art, but you gotta love it in order to continue doing it, especially when you have a lot of roadblocks. When you have a lot of roadblocks, when you have a lot of things going on in your life, and you know, especially with the health, it's rough. It's rough. But if you really love something and you really want to make it happen, you got to continue pushing forward. Don't give up. Don't let nobody detour you into doing something that is not in your heart. I've been detoured millions of times by friends and family. You know, hey, why are you messing around with cars? You know, your hands, you're dirty. Blah, 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 blah. I've heard it all. It does not faze me, folks. Okay, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me at all. They can tell me whatever they want. I'm going to continue doing what I do because this is my passion. And when there's passion, not a lot of things could stop you. So this is my second passion, okay? And yes, I said second because my first passion, one and only, the one and only God. That's my first passion. After that, yeah, I got my family. That's a big passion too. You got to be passionate about your family, my child, my wife, my mom, my sister, my brothers. You know, all that stuff is very important to me. But when it comes to my hobbies or how I like to spend my time, especially being in this industry for so long, racing, there ain't nothing better to me to do than to be playing around with these trucks, getting dirty. I don't care. Having fun, whether it's the trucks, whether it's the Volkswagens, whether it's my Toyotas, whatever it is, whatever brand, whatever model, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it's got an engine in it and it goes vroom vroom, I'm on it, okay? And yes, it has to go vroom vroom. I'm not trying to say that electric is... Yeah, I am. I don't like them. Okay? I don't like them. I don't like electric cars. Sue me. Okay? There's nothing wrong with them. I'm not saying that they're not useful. They really are. But for me, I want to hear it. I want to smell it. I want to feel it. And I want to be able to work on it. Not just plug it in to charge. You know, I want to be able to do my own little... Give it my own little flavor. Give it my own little pizzazz, whatever you want to call it. Make it my own. That's what drives me. And by doing this, obviously, you guys know that we're actually also trying to help the community, the diesel community. That's a very, very big part of this whole thing that we're doing here. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm going to save the world. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I do want to make sure that I'm at least being a part of a helping hand to others. I may not be the best thing to look at in person, yeah, although I think I'm quite handsome. Anyway, basically, you know, I just like to be able to put out information out there. So if anybody sees it and they were thinking about doing that precise thing, that same exact thing, or something close to it, they could get some ideas from my videos. They could, you know, whatever it is, that's what it's there for. Okay, I'm here to help, to be some sort of a educator in a way, I guess. That fills my heart, you know, to be able to do something that people can, you know, find value in. That's what it's all about to me. If I could be of value to somebody, then that's all that matters to me. I could care less about anything else. Okay, if I could bring you guys any value by, you know, the stuff that I do and how I do it, and, you know, the step by step, many things, as you guys know. That's why I take my time. That's why my videos are usually long. This one might be a little short with all the time lapse, but here I am talking, which means it'll take a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. I know, like I said, I thought I was gonna do a little bit more, but temperature seems to be dropping a little bit more. Let me check on my phone here, if you guys don't mind, to see what it says. That the temperature is. Oh, it actually got warmer. So it is 50. Where are you? I'm fighting with my phone, folks. Okay. It is 59 actually. It's 59 degrees. You'll be able to see it there probably. Right next to baby Pelt. 59 degrees, 8:36 p.m. So yeah, we're trying to do what we can. That's it. I guess that's about it. I love you guys. God bless you. And remember, let the